Hi everyone, just welcome to another video. It's been a long time, but I'm quite excited about what we're gonna see today. This is going to be an agent flow built on Flowise AI. This is one of the solutions that I could go for in the future in order to build agentic organizations or workflows. And I've been testing different ideas. I have an idea on what works, what doesn't yet. This is something we're gonna build today. This is quite simple. This is a cybersecurity startup, let's say it, or consulting environment, and this is basically a supervisor worker based agentic workflow. And what we have here is basically three workers that they have different objectives on what to do, and a supervisor. So whenever the user is interacting with the supervisor or something like this, I don't know, like for example, my device shows as infected, blah blah blah. This is going to be the chat, and the supervisor is going to have a chat with the different workers depending on which the request is, and in this manner they're gonna have kind of an organization behavior like. So this is quite exciting because this is pretty much the first time that I can play with these tools in this way and make it work, because it's been quite difficult in the past to do so. So we're gonna be doing it locally, nothing with OpenAI, Rogue, Anthropic, whatever, everything local, right in your computer, but you can replicate with other state-of-the-art models for sure. So I'm gonna build the whole thing from scratch so that you can have a look at how it works. And we just come in here, agent flows, right? We have chat flows and agent flows. This supervisor worker relationship is done with agent flows. So we're gonna create one. Let's save it and give it a name like cyber company or org. And basically we just come in here, plus button, and we just look for chat Ollama. We have the function deprecating and the base. I'm gonna be using the, let me check, the deprecating one. Even though it says deprecating, I think it works better than the base one. I have already run Ollama with Ollama Serve. It's running on the GPU. I'm just gonna give it Mistral. That's the model we're gonna be using. This one is the 7B, original 7B Mistral model. Very good with function calling, very good with tool use, very good with pretty much everything, even though it's quite old, but it works quite well. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have an in-memory cache for the model. We just drag and drop, no code at all in this Flowise ecosystem, which is great. We are just gonna zoom out a bit, and we're just gonna connect this with a supervisor. So we come in here and say supervisor, drag and drop. We're gonna connect the chat Ollama function with the tool calling chat model, and then we're gonna connect the supervisor with the different workers. So something I would recommend is try to save as much as possible everything you're doing, because whenever you're testing this, for example, if I do test it right now, the last thing that it has saved is gonna be the thing that I'm testing with. Like if I do changes, as we can see, it is not saved. Anything that came after is not gonna be taken into account. So you're gonna be working with this, testing this, and you're gonna be experiencing behaviors that are weird. So something I could go for is just click on save before testing anything. It says agent save, so we can just try different things. Like for example, hello, this is gonna error, yeah, and this is erroring because we haven't connected the supervisor with the workers. So I like doing this in this manner, that errors appear because you're gonna find errors, you may not know why. So if we troubleshoot and I explain the things that I know, this is gonna be better for you on the long run, even though possibly the video is longer. So we're gonna go for adding the first worker, right? Something like this. I don't recommend having multiple workers without testing. So like if, for example, we connect the tools with the supervisor, supervisor with the supervisor, if we don't connect the tool calling chat model, the same model as the supervisor is going to be used. Somehow I would recommend just do it, because this is going to be cleaner for you. Like you can connect in this manner different Ollama models or different models from other providers, but if you just drag and drop the arrow, that's going to be better for you, just to have everything clear. If you want to delete the connection, just click on the cross, easy. But basically just drag and drop, no big deal. And once we have it, we can give it a maximum number of iterations. I'm gonna save 10. This is gonna be the name of the worker. Let's say this is going to be the blue team, something related with the defense of the organization. And if we click on this symbol right here, we can edit the prompt. Let me use the same prompt that I have already in here, just to make sure that we can reproduce the whole thing. Oops, sorry. Alright, so if we wanted to test this right now, I think it would error again. First of all, make sure you save it, and this would error like we have not connected the other worker. We only have one worker configured, the other is right from scratch, and if we try to click it, it's gonna say this error. So just take notes of the errors, how you can solve them, and in this manner you can avoid them. So something I could suggest, if we click on here, we just delete the one that is not being used, and we can just provide, well, first of all we need to save. We can just say hi, see what happens. It's kind of thinking, and it says message stop. So what is happening in the background is the supervisor is not recognizing anything to use the worker for, and because of that the message is going to be kind of cute, but it's going to be doing nothing on the background. So something we can ask the user is, I've received an alert from the antivirus related with WannaCry. So the supervisor is going to recognize that WannaCry infection, which was ransomware from 2017, something like that, quite old. Don't recall the exact year, but I was in college at least, I remember that. So yeah, the supervisor would just provide us the answer like, hey, please investigate the source, whatever. And as you can see, it has not reached out to the worker because the supervisor felt that it could give an answer without reaching out to the worker and make it faster. So if we keep interacting, the WannaCry encrypt script has blocked my files. How can I remediate? This is gonna reach out to the blue team, and the blue team kind of reacted, right? But it's giving no answers. Possibly this is something related with the Flowise. Possibly this is kind of a bug, but we can just try to keep interacting. How to defend against this ransomware? And now the blue team hopefully is gonna give an answer. There you go. So something I feel is you need to really have a need for the blue team to reach out, just for the supervisor to call the worker and everything going on forward. So to defend against ransomware, blah blah blah, wherever these things in here, and the supervisor is always the person that is interacting with the blue team. As you can see, like 1, 2, and 3 interactions happen between both of them. That is something on purpose, because the supervisor in here, as you can see, has up to 100, but the worker in here has up to 10 iterations. So my feeling is they are going to interact as much as possible until there's kind of a convergence to something, to a response, and the response is going to be given back. So we have the blue team. Now we can just copy paste, just connect the supervisor again. We can just leave the tool calling model or just connect to the same. We're gonna call this red team, and we're gonna copy paste just to make it quicker. The red team in here, this one. Oops, like if you just try to edit from there, it's not gonna work. You need to click in there and just boom, paste it. So now I'm gonna save again, and I'm gonna test with the second agent or second worker. I wouldn't recommend having the whole ecosystem deployed and then testing, because it's not gonna work. You are not gonna know why. So the best way I can find myself working with this is, all right, let's deploy one, test it. Let's deploy the second, test it, up until we have a certain number of agents that we're comfortable with. And now let's ask how to pen test a web server, right? Let's see the answer. It should reach out. Oh, it reached out to the blue team, something that shouldn't happen. And the blue team is answering something weird, because we have told the red team to do so. So let me check one more thing. Let me check the supervisor. If we click on additional parameters, we're gonna get the supervisor prompt. This is the prompt from the supervisor, and it's using team members to give the different names of the elements that are of the workers. So it's pretty much the same, but let's try to force reach out to the pen test, the red team. So I have WannaCry. How can I stop it? Or yeah, let's go with this one. It appears the WannaCry. And I hope it brings out the red team. There you go. So the red team came here, gave an answer. Then the supervisor gave an answer back again, right? Something like this. We have the red team here just giving us some background on the patch to install. I think it was 2017 when it was discovered. Then perform system isolation. So supervisor is giving quite a lot of feedback, right? And then we have more from the red team, a blue team interacting as well. So everyone is coming in here and just saying their own thing and trying to resolve the issue. If we add a third one of them, which is something I really find useful in a cyber organization, is the cyber IT. This is kind of the guy that gives you the guidance how to protect against this kind of malware, these measures to go for. And I have in here this. So this one is gonna tell us the commands to write down, right? So I'm gonna do the same. As you can see, as we are testing, we are iterating, we are adding more agents. Supervisor coming in here, chat model coming in here, okay? And we are leaving the tools empty in all of the cases, right? The main reason is we're not using external interactions with anything, so nothing to use, but that's something to bring on future videos. We can just save it and we can just ask for the commands. Which commands should I try on my Windows 10 machine? And hopefully it's gonna come with the cyber ID. Oh, it stopped. Something broke. WannaCry is installed. How can I quarantine? And the cyber IT is going to give us some answers. So the cyber IT has been told, hey, if no one tells you which operating system it is, just give the guidance on all the different operating systems. I don't recall if WannaCry was possible on macOS Linux devices, but hey, here it comes with some quarantine mechanisms that you can try. So this seems pretty exciting, to be honest. I've been playing with this for the last couple of weeks, so I'm gonna leave the video here. Please leave in the comment section down below would you like to see, if you would prefer me to finish the previous course that we have pending, if you prefer watching agentic behaviors, agentic development. We can try different recipes on different frameworks. I hope you liked it. Just leave a like and see you in the next one. Bye bye.